the UFC Preview Show with Showdown Shayne.
Welcome to the first ever episode of the UFC Preview Show. I'm your host, Showdown Shayne. UFC 152 goes down this Saturday in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, featuring not one, but two titles on the line. Jon Bones Jones defends his light heavyweight belt against Vitor Belfort, while the UFC will crown its first ever flyweight champion when Joseph Benavidez faces off against Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Let's take a look at my breakdown of the main card of UFC 152.
Showdown's Breakdown.
The first matchup to break down is Brian Stann versus Michael Bisping. Brian Stann has ridiculously fast hands and can knock out anyone with a single punch. He has won 4 of his last 5 fights and proved his power with his ground and pound knockout of Elisa Sakara. On the other side, you have Michael Bisping. Of his 26 professional fights, he has only been knocked out once, and that is amazing how he loves to stand up and battle in his fights. He also has crazy knockout power, and his wrestling game has drastically improved, as shown in the Sonnet fight. I think Michael Bisping has a little bit of a better stand-up game, and that's why I pick him to win this fight in a second round TKO. The co-main event of the evening features the first ever flyweight belt in the UFC when Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson faces off against Joseph Benavidez. Mighty Mouse's takedowns are so fast and can catch any fighter off guard. Dropping those 10 pounds from bantamweight to flyweight has made him even more explosive, and that showed in his 2 fights against Ian McCall. Joseph Benavidez only has 2 knocks on his record, and those both came in a weight class in which he was very undersized in. Now that he is in a natural weight class of 125, he has shown why he is one of the best in the world. Expect Benavidez to bruise Johnson's face up and win this fight with a 5-round decision. Your main event of the evening has the light heavyweight belt on the line as Vitor Belfort faces off against Jon Bones Jones. Vitor comes in this fight as a 7-1 underdog, but should definitely not be counted out of this fight. He has won 7 of his last 8, and that one loss came to the middleweight champion Anderson Silva. His big chance to win this fight is to get inside of Jones and to use his quick hands to knock him out. After all the controversy of UFC 151, I'm sure Jones just wants to win this fight against Belfort as quick and as easy as he can. Everyone knows that Jones is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world and is so unique with his huge reach on all the other fighters in the light heavyweight division. It'll be interesting to see how he tries to keep Belfort on the outside and uses his long reach to affect the striking of Belfort. Belfort is a tough guy to knock out, but I think Jon Jones can pull it off, and I think he'll do it in the second round via TKO. To round out my picks for the rest of the main card, I have Charles Oliveira with a 3rd round submission over Cub Swanson in what I will think will be the fight of the night. Also, I have Roger Hollett winning in his UFC debut against Matt the Hammer Hamill.
There's a look at my picks and predictions for UFC 152. Don't forget to check out this stacked card this Saturday starting at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on pay-per-view. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on the UFC Preview Show.